The Big Pharma conspiracy is a belief held by some people that large pharmaceutical companies, often referred to as Big Pharma, intentionally withhold cures or effective treatments for certain diseases to maintain profits. This theory suggests that these companies, driven by financial motives, might prioritize treatments that only manage symptoms over ones that could fully cure illnesses. The idea is that if people were cured of diseases like cancer or diabetes, the ongoing revenue from selling medications for symptom management would decrease, which would impact the profits of these corporations. The basis for this conspiracy theory often stems from the business model of pharmaceutical companies, which are for profit organizations. Drug development is expensive, with research and development (RD) costing billions and taking years, sometimes decades. However, once a drug is successfully developed and approved, companies can make substantial profits through patents, which give them exclusive rights to sell the drug for a certain period. This exclusivity period is seen as an incentive for companies to recoup their investment, but critics argue it may also lead to inflated prices and a lack of focus on curing diseases entirely. Supporters of the Big Pharma conspiracy claim that there is a significant lack of transparency in the industry, especially when it comes to drug pricing and clinical trial results. They argue that some treatments that could lead to cures are either suppressed or not pursued, as they might not be as profitable in the long run. For example, they question why certain cancers, despite decades of research and billions of dollars spent, still lack a definitive cure. They believe that if the cures for such diseases were released, it would result in a financial loss for these companies, as patients would no longer need ongoing treatment or medication. Another reason people believe in the Big Pharma conspiracy is the close relationship between pharmaceutical companies and regulatory agencies like the FDA in the United States. These agencies are supposed to ensure drug safety and efficacy, but critics argue that because of lobbying, political pressure, and even revolving door employment, where employees move between the industry and regulatory bodies, the agencies might not be as impartial as they should be. This creates an environment where people suspect that the interests of Big Pharma are prioritized over public health. In reality, the situation is complex. Drug development is a long, costly, and risky process, with many treatments failing in clinical trials. Furthermore, diseases like cancer are not single diseases, but a group of diverse conditions, each with different causes and treatment challenges, which makes finding universal cures difficult. And while there are certainly cases of pharmaceutical companies engaging in unethical practices, such as price gouging, prioritizing profitable treatments, or suppressing data, these instances don't necessarily equate to a systematic conspiracy to withhold cures. The Big Pharma conspiracy theory has gained traction, partly due to documented scandals and unethical behaviors within the pharmaceutical industry. For instance, some companies have been found guilty of promoting medications for unapproved uses, falsifying research data, or not disclosing side effects. These incidents, while real, contribute to a generalized distrust in the industry, which fuels conspiracy theories. However, many experts argue that a widespread conspiracy to hide cures would be difficult to maintain. The drug development and approval process involves researchers, scientists, independent reviewers, and often multiple organizations worldwide. To hide something as significant as a cure would require the collusion of a vast network of people across different countries and organizations, which is unlikely. Additionally, many medical advances and treatments come from academic research institutions and government-funded projects, not just private pharmaceutical companies. In summary, while there are real criticisms to be made about the pharmaceutical industry, such as issues with drug pricing, transparency, and profit-driven motives, the Big Pharma conspiracy oversimplifies these problems by attributing them to a deliberate effort to suppress cures. The reality is more nuanced, with factors such as scientific challenges, financial incentives, and sometimes unethical practices all playing a role in shaping the industry. This doesn't mean that the concerns people have about Big Pharma aren't valid. Rather, it suggests that addressing these issues may require policy changes, increased transparency, and stronger regulations, rather than assuming a single, coordinated conspiracy to hide cures.